Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Hope you're well, thank you for joining me. You know, if I look in the mirror in the morning, I think to myself, what's staring back at me? A normal family man who cares very deeply about his family, his friends, their welfare, their safety. And if you go and branch further out from that, you then have your town, your community, and further still your country and everything that goes on in it, because surely what happens in our country affects us, our children, our opportunities and everything else. And I'm one of a growing number of people that are getting very concerned about the direction of travel that this country takes us. And I'm sure I'm not alone with that. Leave a thing in the comments if you agree with me, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't, and join the over 101,000 subscribers here. I get very worried about the effect that the mainstream media has on people's beliefs and the way they see things, and particularly the way certain individuals are demonized. Now, the other day I did a video on Tommy Robinson where I basically turned around and said that it appears that if you mention as much a whisper of his name in the public domain, you'll get finished. That's you, done, over. And people seem to be very scared or very apprehensive of the very name Tommy Robinson. Now I know I'm probably going to get a load of lefties coming over and say, well, his name isn't Tommy Robinson really, and he's done this, that and the other. Turn the bloody television off. If you have a look at what happened in London earlier in the year, I think it was June, at that rally that was organised, there were thousands of people there. Now, I know people that went there, and they all had the same thing to say. It was very respectful, no trouble, apart from a couple of idiots who got promptly told to shut up. And they all had a common purpose: what was good for this country. Now, when you get people of influence and people of power on mainstream media demonising people like Tommy, they get listened to. Now, one of the people I want to mention is Nigel Farage. Before I go on, I support Nigel Farage, and I support the idea of reform and the potential for what can happen if it's all done correctly. But what worries me is when comments like this are made. Have a listen.
Somehow, you know, I was linked with the Tommy Robinson wing of politics. And I
Tommy Robinson style of politics. What does that mean exactly? Tommy Robinson style of politics. Is that far right? Is that extreme? Is that English Defence League, an organisation that's been defunct for a decade? What does that mean exactly? But what you're doing is compartmentalising that individual into his own little box over here, separating him from everything else. He's no good. Go away. Stand over there. Again, a very public reluctance to engage. Why? Is it a case of it might cause reform problems in their standing in Westminster? Is there some kind of other grand plan that possibly could be taking place here? What is the reason? Now, if reform are going to stand a chance of winning a general election, you know, we have all of the local council elections and that coming up first. They need to unite the people. They need a voice, a very large voice. Now, by effectively, yes, it was an off-the-cuff comment, and I just want to make it clear it was a soundbite, but it was taken from a more lengthy interview on GB News, which you can go and have a look. If you demonise that individual, you're demonising everybody that supports that individual, and not all of those individuals are far right, not all of those individuals are thugs, and not all of those individuals are trouble. A great deal of them care very deeply about the safety of their family, the welfare of their family, their town, their communities, and therefore the welfare of their country, in my case, England. And if you demonise him, are you demonising all those as well? Very valuable votes that you could count on at a later date. Not a great thing, I don't think, and needs a lot more thought. Let me know what you reckon in the comments. As always, hit the like button, share me on your socials, subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Thank you to everybody that has, and thank you also to all the channel members that support me every month as well. It's appreciated. And as always, I look forward to talking to you again soon. Toodaloo.